Codonopsis is a qi herb. It's called ginseng for women. It's called poor man's ginseng. It has activities somewhat like ginseng, only more mild and a little bit more delicate. And I use it in formulas to what we call warm the middle jiao here. If a person is cold here, and this is where we get into issues involving the raw food diet, because the Chinese, have traditionally discouraged the raw food diet because they believe it is too yin, it's too dampening. So yin is water, and yin again is the accumulation and storage of like fluid and water. And the female is considered yin, and the male is considered yang. So what happens with females is that water retention can wind up building up around here. Women can kind of go out to the side with water retention and edema. And the raw food diet, the only potential contraindication of the raw food diet is that it can contribute to this water retention because the raw food diet is wet and dampening in yin. And that's why I wrote a book called Raw Qi, because I figured out an equation, and I've talked with Chinese doctors about it, and they agree with me. And my teacher, Ron Teagarden, really likes the idea too, that if you use elixirs of these herbs to what we call warm the middle jiao and keep that flame warm, then a raw food diet might be perfect for all people. I actually think a conscientious raw food diet, a conscious raw food diet, along with elixirs of Chinese tonic herbs that warm qi, may constitute a perfect dietary regimen when it comes to the dietary part, along with making sure you're getting some sunlight and some physical activity and all those things, and thinking positively and all that, right? Well, white atractylodes is said to warm the middle jiao. White atractylodes is also called baizhu. A very important herb for women who are experiencing water retention here. Why do women get bloated here? Because the female body is designed to hold masses, and the female body is yin. It will hold moisture. Men are yang. You look at men raw foodists, they're all skinny as a rail, right? And women raw foodists are getting watery here and don't know why. But it's because of the dampening nature of raw food. And a lot of American food, the sugar, milk, dairy, these things are all dampening foods. And so this is a very important herb in elixirs to drink in teas and elixirs to help warm the spleen, warm that cauldron so that we transform damp into qi. We don't want to just act like, we don't want to just take diuretics. We want to make sure that the fluids that we've taken in have nutrients in them. We want to make sure they're metabolized. This herb, poria, is very famous in China. It's said to help transform damp into qi. So poria is almost always found in a formula along with white atractylodes. Warm the middle jiao, remove the dampness. Transform it into qi. Don't just act it as a diuretic. This herb's very famous in China with women to keep nice shape. They actually put jam inside these little tubules and eat it over there. I was trying to think of a product line like that, never have gotten around to it. White peony root. Now this is important because qi must be moving always. If qi sits still, it's called qi stagnation, and that is the root of all disease. That causes inflammation, and according to us in the Chinese lineage, that is the root of all of our disease, is qi stagnation. This herb is said to break up qi stagnation and make it flow. It's found in gynecological formulas for women who have cramping and menstrual cramping. It's in famous formulas for muscle, arthritis and this kind of stuff. There's a very famous formula, highly used, that's just literally licorice root and white peony for muscle and cramping. But this herb is in there to make sure that qi is flowing. So we have warmed the middle jiao, got that stove up, removing some of the damp that's been dampening the stove. So you don't want to throw water on this stove, right? Or else all metabolism goes down. And then we're making sure qi is moving, flowing. Then astragalus, one of the great immune herbs too, by the way, this herb is said to support what we call upright qi. So now we get the qi flowing up. This is the combination of these is going to then help the women in particular with the moon cycle, keeping the blood up and moving in the body so that it doesn't trickle down, causing excess blood loss in the menstrual period, which we have a rampant problem with that. And not being a woman, I feel I just don't know how to empathize or sympathize enough with how much blood women are losing. It just doesn't seem to. It's not. I believe it's an anomaly, and this helps to keep this up. Jujube is thrown into the formula to harmonize, and it's considered a qi herb, but you need to put a harmonizer in there. And this is where the Chinese realized that it's not really such a great idea to just say, hey, I'm just going to take a bunch of herbs. I'll just take some Ho Shou Wu and some astragalus, and I'll just take them, and some Rehmannia. You always want to have something there that that make a formula for yourself that's tailored to you, or somebody like me can help you. And then, or my teacher Ron Teagarden, all of his staff there are dragon herbs, highly, highly educated and knowledgeable, the people at Jing Herbs. But you will always find a harmonizer herb in a formula. This jujubedate is considered to bring the formula into harmony in itself and in your body, therefore amplifying the collective effect